Hello everybody, hope you're having a wonderful day. And this is, sorry about that lag, this is lesson number 13 in our dive into the wonderful world of music theory. And today we're going to be doing our second case study. These are always exciting, aren't they? So I think it was lesson 8. In some previous lesson we did our first case study. That's when we've learned a lot of stuff about pitch. Certainly not enough to read music yet, but we've learned quite a bit, and then we try to apply it to actually try and half read some music, right? Because it's always good to get an idea of where you stand by trying to apply your skills. So we're going to be doing something similar today, and this is actually concluding the entire talk we're going to have on basic pitch, and after this we're going to start a new chapter about duration, and by the end of that chapter you will be able to honest to goodness read music. That being said, for this chapter we can't fully read music yet, and the reason for that is while we know at what pitch to play each of these notes, we don't know how long to play each of these notes. We don't know how long, and without that information we can't actually honest to goodness read the sheet music. However, we can sort of guess at it. So I've chosen some music which has the same rhythm. That means there's no change in how long it is. It's just tuck 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 like that, right? So anyways, just like with what we did with Mary Had a Little Lamb, when we tried to read it, even though we couldn't fully read it, we tried to read it. We're going to do a similar thing today and just try to apply some of the skills that we've learned. Okay, you can see I've chosen the treble clef here again today, but I encourage you to imagine if this was the bass clef, what these pitches would be, whatever. So, as with any sheet music, first thing you want to look at is the clef. And in this case, we have the treble clef. That means I'm going to be using the treble clef system of assigning pitches. That means that the bottom line is E, this line is B, that space is A, so on and so forth. Right? Now you might see two numbers right here. As you can see, two numbers, one on top of the other, or 4 on top of 4. Now, this is called time signature, and that's something we haven't learned about yet, and something which I'm definitely not going to be introducing this lesson. So for now, I just want you to ignore it. So ignore this number. Also ignore these lines that come in between the notes. They're not relevant now either. That being said, what we're going to try to do is try to figure out the pitch of each of these notes, and we're going to try to play it. Now, as I said, we don't know the rhythm, we don't know how long or short to play each of those pitches, so we can't fully read the music, but we'll just play the pitches together and see what we get. Okay, so as I said, we're going to have to decipher the pitches. Now, if you have an instrument, you can decipher the pitch and play it on your instrument to get the sound, but if you don't have an instrument, all you have to do is write the pitch below the note. As long as you can read the pitches, that's good enough, because not everyone has an instrument, not they know how to play an instrument, right? So if from a music theory standpoint, as long as you understand what each pitch is, it's fine. So now what I want you to do is I want you to pause the video and try to fill, like, write in somewhere all the pitches. I wanted to figure out all of these pitches, what pitches they correspond to in the treble clef. I'm saying you've done it, given it a good try, and now you can cross check with what the correct answers are. So let's have a look at this. This is on what? This is on the second space. So either like let's try using the acronym first. So I know the acronym for the spaces is FACE. F, not really an acronym, it's just a code. FACE. So that means this is the second space. I'm going to look at the second letter, and that's A. This is A. If you want to do it the other method, you can just see, okay, this is E, F, G, A. Confirms. Okay, this one's also on a space, but this time it's on the fourth space. So same thing, I'm going to use face, and I look at the last letter, and that's E. So as you can see, this one's going to be E. You can also cross check using the other method, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. So it is indeed E. Great. Now this one's on a line, so it's on the fourth line in fact. So this time I'm going to use the acronym every good boy does fine. And this is the fourth line, so I'm going to look at the 1, 2, 3, fourth letter, and that's D. This is D. And then we've got over here same smart among you may have noticed this is on the same space as that note, so this just the same, and this is E. Now here I've been going slowly and following the method. Now I'm sure you figured out how we do it now. So I'm just going to write down the rest. I want you, however, to have pause the video and try it yourself. Now I'm just going to write down the rest below. I've just showed you how you can do it using either the acronym or the other method. But that being said, now I'm just going to write it down. So you can cross-check your answers now. So this is A, this is E, this is D, this is E, this is A, this is E, this is D, this is E, this is F, this is E, this is D, this is E, this is A, this is E, this is D, this is E, this is A, this is E, this is D, this is E, this is A, this is E, this is D, this is C, this is B, this is C, this is B, this is A. Alright, so once again we've got A, E, D, E, A, E, D, E, A, E, D, E, F, E, D, E, A, E, D, E, A, E, D, E, A, E, D, C, B, C, B, A. So it's quite repetitive, as you can see, but now what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to play that on the piano. As I said, we can't fully read this. Why? Because we don't know how long and short to play each of the, maybe the A is longer than the E. And I don't know. We don't know how to discern that yet. So that's all right. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play them equal length, right? And see what kind of music we get out. So let's first, so I'll just play it in one go. And once again, it's okay if you don't have an instrument. Doesn't mean you can't read music. As long as you were able to figure out this right here, all these pitches by yourself, then that's good enough. And if you have an instrument, I encourage you to pause the video and try to play these pitches on your instrument and see what comes out. That being said, I'm going to play it on the piano now, and let's see what I get. So I'll first play it slowly. So we've got A, E, D, E, A, E, D, E, A, E, D, E, F, E, D, E, A, E, D, E, A, E, D, E, A, E, D, E, sorry, A, E, D, C, B, C, B, A. Now I'll play the music without me reciting the pitches, so slightly I'll play slightly faster as well. Once again. So as you can see, that sounds pretty cool. And we read it. We actually looked at music. We applied the skills we learned, and we were actually able to play some music. And that's great. And I just wanted to show you that what you're learning right now is not useless. It's actually useful, and it comes in handy in a variety of contexts. But that being said, that's all I really wanted to cover today. Now we're going to be starting our chapter on duration in the next lesson. And that's where we're going to learn how the different types of notes that exist, how those different types of notes can tell us how long or short to play noises. So just as sounds, just as been pointing out over and over, that we don't know how long and short to play each of these pitches. Now looking at the type of note, we'll be able to figure out. But all that and more coming later. For now, however, we've concluded our chapter on pitch. This is the last lesson in our chapter on basic pitch. We've learned about clef, we've learned about the staff, we've learned about how to place notes, we've learned about accidentals, we've learned about ledger lines, and everything in between. So hopefully you found all that helpful. Hopefully you found this lesson helpful. And I'll be seeing you next lesson, where we're going to be starting duration. Thank you very much. Wishing you a wonderful rest of the day. See you next lesson. Bye.